Okay, I gotta drop this down real quick. Hopefully you can see this desktop, um, my desktop um, picture, which says you can't build a reputation on what you're going to do. Okay, um, it's real important to me. I was doing a mix earlier today. It got deleted off Facebook, which is no biggie. I'm still trying to get my live stream on my YouTube together. And we're redoing the YouTube, the magazine, Click TV. We're redoing all the elements of my company. And I've been talking about going for it. And I use a friend of mine as an example who was one of the 12 people who asked me to redo the video. So, I'm redoing the video. Now you guys get to hear me talk. So, I seen that. I was on Facebook on Bridget Moody's Facebook page, and I saw that, and it's in her About Me. And it just struck me so deeply because I believe that. I believe you should tell people your dreams. I'm not one of those people who keep your dreams a secret, because if there's somebody that can help you get there, they won't know unless you tell them. So I do talk a lot when I'm working on something, but it's not always a good thing. That's not always a blessing. Some people steal your ideals. I've had lots of ideals stolen, things like that. But that shouldn't stop you from going for it. Nobody can do it better than you. Okay, there's I believe 7 billion people in the world now, and a lot of you are going to have the same idea at the same time. The difference is some of you will go for it, and some of you won't. So this video is actually about going for it, and one thing I want to use as an example is my friend LaDonna Gregory. She moved to Arizona, working full time, and started working out and liked it. She really likes it. And so she decided that she wanted to try and sell some fitness equipment, such as, the mats, the balls, the great big huge balls we all get and play in the swimming pools with, the workout balls. But she sells a lot of stuff. Her website's called Everything Fitness. And I'm gonna drop this down. What she did was she hit me up and was asking me if she should do it. And I was like, well, yes, do it. And she's like, what if it doesn't take off? And I was like, it may and it may not take off right away, but it will eventually take off. The whole thing is getting that word of mouth going, and then getting, buying some small ads and promoting your website, and slowly building you a business that hopefully will one day match the income that you make, and leave you with options. That's what happens when you on the side start working on your dreams, is once the money starts following your dreams, and it will, then you come into the point where you're looking at options, and that's a nice point to be at. Let me tell you, it really is. Let me tell you guys this. I've been a self-made millionaire 3 times. 4 if you count my illegal activities when I was younger and ignorant. But I don't count that because I was doing illegal stuff and I was ignorant and blind to what I needed to be doing. And one day I turned around, quit doing anything illegal, and I became a millionaire again. And I spent all that money on family and friends. Loved it. Would do it again easily. And when I was broke, and I do mean broke, I don't mean millionaire broke where you're down to your last 100,000. I mean down to your last $2. I sat back and I was like, well, dang, I did it one time, I could do it again. And I did. I did that 3 times. I built everything that I've had, have, and I'm doing from nothing. And the one thing that I didn't do was listen to people say you shouldn't do it that way. Man, that could be so dangerous. You know, you could get sued. And I didn't listen to all that negativity. And people genuinely care for you, and they want you to do good, and they want you to be safe. And so they will say things that they don't realize is hindering who you are and what your purpose in this life is. So you have to be strong enough to see your vision and go for it. And as long as it's legal and it doesn't hurt nobody, do it. Go for it. So that's what I told LaDonna to do. She created Everything Fitness. And, you know, I give her points and tips here and there, but she does pretty good on her own. I'm not sure how much money she's making yet, or if any, but I know she's doing some. I think it's everythingfitness.com. I know she's Everything Fitness on Facebook. But if she has sat back and just kept dreaming about doing it, well, she couldn't build a reputation on what you're going to do. See that on my desktop? I put that there to remind me, myself, of that very thing, because I talk and I tell people what I'm trying to do and where I'm trying to go and what I'm trying to accomplish, and that's not always what you need to do. Sometimes you just need to keep doing it. A key thing about all my success stories is they were built from nothing. Not a dime in the bank. Okay? And I'm going to keep doing that. And I'm going to keep helping people. I'm not giving up on helping people. What I did was I rearranged the way that I help people. My grandmother told me that I was self-sabotaging before she passed. And she said, you know, every time you get successful, you blow the money like there's no tomorrow. And I don't know many people that in a lifetime that can spend millions of dollars, but you do. That's self-sabotage. You feel guilty for reaching your level of success. And that's true. That was an issue with me, because I look around the world and I see so many people suffering, and I want them to join me, and I want them all, I want everybody to be on this plateau, this euphoria, this utopia. But it's not life. That is not life. Life is working hard for what you want, working diligently, working honestly, and being sincere about what you want to do, and making that happen. So when you get there, you can afford to do what you can do for those that cannot get there on their own. Okay? I changed the way I do things by creating the Dreamweaver Foundation, which will generate funds specifically for me to help other people and not take out of my pocket. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with making money off helping people. There's nothing wrong with that. I learned that from Russ Whitney. And Russ Whitney used to talk to me a lot about, I know him personally, yes I do. We met in Colorado, and he used to talk to me a lot about my self-sabotage. He agreed with my grandmother, and he definitely thought that I had the potential of billionaire greatness, and I kept throwing it away because I felt bad for the homeless people that I couldn't help because I was trying to reach my own success. So when I got there, I'd go back and help all these people who really wouldn't care one way or the other if I had helped them. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of people that cared that I helped them, but there's a lot more that didn't care. My last bit of wealth, this last round, I got CeCe Peniston to come to Colorado, and we tried to help all the Colorado artists network together like I've seen in other states, because I travel the world, so I get to see all these people, you know, working together. And Colorado really doesn't have that network going on, even though we provide nationwide, we provide more talent out of Colorado than all the states put together every year. Okay, since 1936, when the very first celebrity documented was the Man of Many Faces, who was best known for his role in Phantom of the Opera. And after that, it was Mahalia, who was in Gone with the Wind. And it's been on and on and on since then. Devo, Whitesnake, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Tim Allen. You can go and look on Google yourself and see all the celebrities that came out of Colorado, and they were taken out of Colorado for a reason, because there wasn't no really tight network that artists could really fall into. So I wanted to change that. And myself and my friend Yasmin blew, I'm going to say blew because the show flopped, $60,000 trying to make this happen. I took a real good lesson from that, and that was to help people, but don't hurt yourself doing it. Don't feel guilty because you have something. When you have it to give, give it. But if you have 2 cigarettes and somebody asks you for a cigarette, don't give out a cigarette. You need those 2 cigarettes. Well, I'm not saying you need to smoke, but you know, that's my analogy because I smoke. You know, if I got 10 cigarettes, yeah, I'll give you one. But if I got 2, no, I can't give it to you because I need those 2 later on. I don't want to be, I gave one out later on and then I'm begging my neighbors for cigarettes. Same thing with your money. You know, when you see the people asking you for money, especially the ones that ask for food, give it to them if you got it to give it. Okay? If you can afford to take them out to eat, take them out to eat. That's what I do. I say, oh, you hungry? Well, I'm gearing to go get something to eat right now. Why don't you join me? You know, that's my thing. Do it if you can. But if you have $100 in your pocket and somebody asks you for $1, and you know that $100 is all that you have, don't give away your $1. Don't, because you're going to need it later on. Now, with that being said, all I'm simply saying is be wise about what you do with your finances. But on your dream side, there are reasonable risk. And that means that if you can visualize it, you can taste it, you can smell it, you can feel it, then you can write it down. Write it down. And as you write it down, you go back through and you refine it. And you keep making it better. And you may share it with a couple of people. But you're working on your dream. That's going for it. That's trying it. Then you may need something. So you do what you can to get what you need to make it happen. Do that. Make that happen. Make that happen. You may suffer a little bit right now for it. I recently really wanted to learn how to DJ. I knew how to mix and get a couple scratches in, but I'm not a DJ. I'm an artist. But being an artist means that I should be able to learn how to DJ and enhance my abilities to mix my own music as well as mix other people's music and have the cool parties. Well, so I wanted to get started, and I'm blessed because I have a really good friend, DJ Andre Blackman, who gives me advice, teaches me, you know, here and there. And so what I did was I didn't want to get the Pioneer 800 yet, DJ 800. That's what I want, but I didn't get it yet. I really want that Pioneer video DJ controller. But what I did do was I saw this one. I thought it was a toy. I really thought it was a toy. It is the Hercules DJ Control Instinct. And so before I bought it, because I bought it used, I took my laptop with me and fully tested it for like an hour. And then, you know, the little bit of money that it did cost was a lot for me right now. Okay, I'm working on the Dreamweaver project. Every penny I have is really going towards different projects I have going to make bigger things happen. So it was a stress for me. I was just talking to Ronique Marshall about that. You know, she was like, you know, why doesn't your cell phone stay on consistently? Because I have other projects I'm working on that are more important to me than my cell phone. I don't even like talking on the phone, so I'll be damned if I pay a cell phone bill right now when I could be paying something else. So anyway, sorry Ronique, I had to do it. So I get on the internet, find out that in the UK this is really a popular DJ controller, and it's good for starters. So it was fairly inexpensive, and so I went on ahead and I got it, even though it was a bit of a task. You know, it wasn't, you know, the little bit of money this cost I didn't have on hand, and I had to really get out there and make it happen. But I got it. It's here, and I've been playing with it. Now I've decided that I don't like all of it. So I'm really focusing now on getting that DJ Pioneer 800 with 4 decks. And the only reason I don't like it is because they got this mode button that switches between your loops, your effects, and your samples, whereas the real DJ controllers have all that separate, and you don't make mistakes like I do, like hit on the effects that rewind, backwind thing, and it stops your song, and when you meant to actually loop the song, things like that. But I went for it, and I've actually started putting together some mixes, which is why I'm making this video, because one of the mixes I was working on, Facebook deleted it, but they're supposed to, and I knew they would. That was no big deal. I just wanted to share with the people, you know, what I was doing at the moment. So I struggled out, and I got this, okay? And I played with it consistently, almost as much as my keyboard, but not as much. And working on stuff, and now that I have it, I'm really seeing a lot of different things. Like, you know, I'm looking at my radio station, and I'm like, wow, there's so many other things that I could be doing with my radio station, and all these new ideas are coming. So and those are, every single ideal you have is potential income. Okay, we have to get out of the mindset that quick money or easy money is correct money. Okay, because it's not. You know, yes, every single one of those network marketing companies work. They work. I've been a member of almost all of them. They work. You can make money at it, good money, okay? But you got to work at it. And most people quit before they finish working at it. And I'm not talking about pyramid schemes. I'm about like Amway, ACN. You know, there's quite a few others. I was part of Noni. Noni closed down though. So there's those network marketings. They work. They work. People who take those jobs online to advertise companies on their Facebook and stuff, those companies pay. They do pay. Thing is, you find what you like to do and enjoy to do it. LaDonna found that fitness is her thing, and she wanted to help other people get into fitness, and so she created Everything Fitness website, and she sells her products. Now, maybe she's not making Bentley money, maybe not, but at least she's going for it, and at least she's making her dreams happen. Another great person is Ricky Johnson, is my marketing director. He's the director of marketing for Lyndal Spirit, Love Sexy, Dreaming Da Vinci, Dreaming Da Vinci Records, Dreaming Da Vinci Film, Dreaming Da Vinci, VIP Room Magazine, Click TV, Erotica 7. He's the guy I go to and say, hey, you know what, Ricky, I got this idea. And he tells me how to make it happen financially. Meaning that he's like, well, with that idea, you can market this and you can market that, and man, you could do this. Well, Ricky he owns Janique's Multicultural Connections. And basically he networks with other people and finds out what they do, and then he promotes that on his website. And it makes him enough. It makes him enough. One thing we got to stop doing is saying that success is what TV says it is. Success is not necessarily millions of dollars in the bank, big diamonds on your finger, tennis bracelets, and gold necklaces hanging down. That's not necessarily success. Success is whatever you say it is. For some people, it's time to spend with their kids. For some people, it's being able to take a vacation every year. For some people, it's being able to go to school. Success, earning your degree. Success is whatever you say it is. Whatever your vision is, your dream, your goals. When you reach it, that's success. You reached it. You succeeded. Quit listening to the TV about the gold and the diamonds and Bentleys and all that, because all you're doing is buying into the hype, and that's not going to do it. The other thing we have to stop doing is listening to people who just are trying to protect us. Most of us. Sometimes it's a secret hater, but most of the time it's people who love us and are just trying to protect us. We have to stop listening to what they say fully. Take what you need. My grandfather used to say, you listen to everything. Take what you need and store it. The rest of it goes out your other ear. He said, now when I talk to you, I want everything I say to stay in your head. Quit letting it all go out your other ear. But that's a different story. We need to start doing that. There's always good advice. Even in bad advice, there's good advice. So you take what you need, but you don't listen to the rest. You don't let the rest make you question yourself. If you believe in something, you go for it 100%. Money doesn't determine whether you make it or not. Your friends don't determine it. Your family don't determine it. The only thing that determines it is you. You. That's it. Period. So Ricky does pretty good, I think. And I think that I admire Ricky. I admire him a lot because he does. He's always out there meeting people and promoting companies. And I like a lot of the companies he promotes. I'm really into mom and pop shops, family stuff, people trying to do their thing. And I try to always do business with small businesses versus big businesses. Like before I go to Walmart, I'll go to Downing Supers. And even though their prices are higher, I know it's a family-owned store. They don't have the money that Walmart has, so their prices are going to be a little bit higher. So when I can afford it, I go and shop at Downing Supers. I actually don't shop at Walmart. I shop at Safeway, but I'll go to Walmart here and there. But, I try to support small businesses. And sometimes that's a benefit and sometimes it's not. You have to decide when you can afford to do it and when you can't. But again, that's you. You decide. I do a lot of crazy different projects. I'm really blessed because I get to work with a lot of celebrities. People keep trying to put me on that celebrities list. I don't see myself that way. I've always seen myself as a person, and even though I have a celebrity status, I'm a person. I'm a human being, and I'm no better than anybody else, and nobody else is better than I. I just love people, and I'm very thankful for the people that love me. I have 8 million followers, 8 million people that internet wide directly hear what I say, and I love that. I love that. I love when I get the chance to talk to one of them. Somebody finds me on a social network and is like, "Are you the real Lyndal Spirit?" Yeah, and yeah, I'm like Cece. I don't use fake people to answer my emails and stuff. It's really me, and I get to talk to them for a minute, and especially in the arts or technology or computers or stuff, I get to really help because I know a lot. I got 35 years of experience, both in front of the camera and behind the camera, both mainstream and indie. So I got all this experience that I get to share with somebody, okay? And that's a great feeling. That's a great feeling. But I never let that go to my head to the point where I think I'm better than somebody else. That's not it. I listen to what people have to say. and I do have haters. Don't think I don't. If you don't believe me, look at my YouTube. There is somebody who just hates my guts, and they go through and hit unlike on all my videos. So I think it's hilarious. But if you look on other videos, you'll see where they got 1 million likes and 256 dislikes. Who am I more worried about? People who just looked at my video and said, "Oh, that sucks," or people say, "Hey, I thought there was a little bit of information in there I could use," and liked it. Of course, I'm paying attention to the people who liked it. You know, there's 256 people who didn't like my thing, and I got 1 million views that liked it. I'm basing that off of a YouTuber that does technology. I was looking at one of his posts, and he had 256 dislikes and over 1 million likes. On Facebook, when you're on your Facebook, you don't worry about how many friends you have. Worry about how many people are following you. That's what is important. And Facebook really skews those numbers, because as you get more people on your page that friend you, your like numbers, your following numbers seem to go down. That's interesting. So you don't necessarily want to pay attention to those numbers, but you do. I just have to make sure it's still going. You do want to make sure that you look at it, and that you understand that as you get more friends, your like numbers go down, or your follow numbers go down. I don't know why it does that. It shouldn't, but I don't pay attention to those numbers anyway. If there's people on there that are willing to listen to me, I don't care if it's 2 people. I'm there. I'm talking. Okay. At the end of the day, and I'm going to end it with this. Yeah, I just went out to Atlanta, and my dad was really interested in my Dreamweaver project. Not because necessarily he wanted to invest in it, but more because he was concerned about me. And one of the funny things that happened, you know, I'm trying to explain it to him, and when you listen to it, it does sound a little crazy. I'm not gonna lie, it does. Dad is like, "This is just completely impossible." And he looked at me and said, "Son, you know you're crazy." And I said, "Yeah, Dad, I know I'm crazy." He said, "No, son, I'm really serious. You need to go get some help." I said, "Yeah, Dad, I know. He said, "I have no idea where you come up with these ideas at, but that's crazy. It's crazy. You're crazy." And so after a few more hours, I was showing him that everything the Dreamweaver Foundation is based off of has already been designed. Domes, solar panels, wind power, entertainment. And all that money that it would generate would go to helping other people in the community. Okay? So he doesn't think the idea is so crazy anymore. He does still think I'm crazy, which is okay. That's cute. But the question is, how much of that did I listen to? How much did I take away from there? The one thing I did take away was that my dad saw the light once I showed him on the computer the outlines and the plans and the this is no different than what the Denmark Music Festival is doing, and I compared it to something he could relate to. Then he was like, "Wow, well, this is not so crazy after all." Okay, so people may not understand you. They may not get your vision. They may not get your method to the madness. But go for it. Go for it. And you're going to have to be strong enough to ignore everything else. Maybe even suffer a little bit. Not go to McDonald's this week because you need that money to do something for your project. Struggle for it. It's called paying your dues. Struggle for it. Because when you get there and you say, "I'm here now," and all those people that doubted you are saying, "Whoa, he's there. Didn't see that coming." You can really appreciate it, and you appreciate it without hating those people. There is nobody that's called me crazy, looked at my project and said, "Oh, poof, ah, you're nuts. Get out of my office." There is nobody I turn my back on. When I see those people, I'm like, "Hey, how you doing? Great to see you, and have a good time." And because you're there now, they passed you by. A great story. Great story. I'm going to just tell this one really fast. I was talking with Paul Anthony. In case you guys don't know, Paul Anthony was one of the people who discovered Nicki Minaj. She's from Full Force. So him and I was talking, and he was telling me the story about him discovering Nicki Minaj and how he signed her to his label, him and Bo Legaloo. They were trying to get her signed under Sony. And Sony's like, "Oh, no, you're crazy. No." And threw her, to the curb. So one day, Paul Anthony was talking with, I think it's CMB, Cash Money. Yeah. And ended up signing Nicki to that label. Yeah. First couple of years, she lost money for the record label. Now, I bet you Sony's looking like, "Oh, I wish I had just stuck with that plan." So, and all Nicki had was a dream, and one person just happened to see her and believed in her to the point where she got signed. And then after she got signed, even though losing tons of money, people still believed in her and still gave her that creative, artistic freedom. Now look at her. How you gonna stop Nicki? She ain't gonna stop till she's ready to stop. Rihanna, another one. All the bad publicity between her and Chris Brown, you don't hear her reminiscing about it, talking about it all the time. You don't even hear Chris Brown talking about it all the time. They mention it here and there, but most of the time they blow it off and they do what they do. The best example I can ever give is Kelly Rowland. Kelly Rowland's one of my favorites because she does what she do. She sings. She don't care what nobody's out there saying, what other people are doing. Kelly Rowland gets out there and does Kelly Rowland, and she's blowing it up. So my best advice for you is to do you, to go for it. If you have a dream, work on it on the side, work on it an hour every day, an hour a week, I don't care, but go for it. You ain't got nothing to lose and everything to gain, and it's gonna hurt a little bit. It might hurt a little bit, and I understand hurting a little bit. I'm from the hood, and I definitely grew up poor. And don't let my soft-spokenness fool you. My background is not cool. I understand it may hurt a little bit. Go for it. Go for it. You can't build a reputation on what you're going to do. Get out there and do it.